factors affecting the rate of reaction. Next is factors affecting the rate of reaction. Very important things here. This is a short question and also 3-mark question. If this is 3-mark question, you have to explain this. If this is 1-mark or 2-mark question, you have to write only the factors. So what are the factors affecting the rate of reaction? So we will discuss what are the factors which affects the rate of reaction. That is, rate of reaction increases or decreases. What are the factors? First is nature of reactants. Nature of reactants. What is the nature of reactant? Look at NO gas plus half O2 gas gives rise to NO2 gas. This is first CO gas half O2 gas CO2 gas. This is slow. Look at both the reactions are occurring at suppose room temperature. Look at this. So reaction between nitric oxide and oxygen under room temperature gives NO2. This reaction is first. Reaction between carbon monoxide and oxygen under room temperature, reaction is slow. So this is the rate of nature of the reactant. The reaction between nitric oxide and oxygen is faster than the reaction between carbon monoxide and oxygen under the similar conditions of temperature and concentration. This reaction gives fast. This reaction proceeds faster. This reaction proceeds slow. Why this reaction is slow? Why this reaction is fast? Because this depends upon the nature of the reactant. This depends upon the nature of the reactant. Reaction between nitric oxide and oxygen. Reaction between nitric oxide and oxygen is faster than the reaction between carbon monoxide and oxygen under the similar conditions of temperature and concentration. This reaction is fast, this reaction is slow. Why this reaction is fast, why this reaction is slow? Because this is the nature of the reactant. So this is the nature of the reactant. This is the nature of this NO, this reacts fast. This is the nature of this CO that reacts slow. So what are the factors affecting the rate of reaction? First factor is nature of reactant. Nature of reactant is reaction between nitric oxide and oxygen is faster than the reaction between carbon monoxide and oxygen under the similar conditions of temperature and concentration. Next is concentration. First factor, nature of reactant, finish. Second factor, concentration of. Second factor is concentration of reactants. Concentration of reactant, we will discuss what is the concentration. If the concentration of reactant is high, then rate of reaction increases. If the concentration of reactant is low, then rate of reaction decreases. One thing, if the concentration of the reactant is high, the rate of reaction increases. If the concentration of reactant is low, the rate of reaction decreases. How that occurs? I am giving you one example. Take very important example. Suppose this is a gas jar. This is a gas jar. This is a gas jar filled with pure This is a gas jar filled with pure oxygen. Here we are putting a candle another candle. Here is candle. Here in this gas jar, that is pure oxygen. Here in normal atmosphere, we are lighting one candle, which will burn highly, which will burn कोड़ा जोर जोड़ी. My point is that which will burn vigorously or which will burn vigorously means कोड़ा बेसी जोर जोड़ी. This or this. This is first. This is second. Which will burn vigorously. Let us observe. This is gas jar filled with pure oxygen. This is normal atmosphere. As you know, the normal atmosphere contains 21% oxygen. As you know, the normal atmosphere contains 21% oxygen, but this gas jar is filled with 100% pure oxygen. 100. As you know that the gas jar is filled with oxygen, that is pure oxygen. So which will burn vigorously? The candle which is kept under the gas jar, that will burn vigorously than the candle kept in the normal atmosphere, because the concentration of reactant is high. Because the the gas jar is filled with pure oxygen. Here normal atmosphere. In normal atmosphere, as you know, in atmosphere oxygen is how much percent? 21%. This is 21%, but this is 100% pure oxygen. So here the concentration of reactant is high. If we know that if the concentration of reactant is high, rate of reaction increases. If the concentration of reactant is low, rate of reaction decreases. So here the gas jar is filled with oxygen, that is 100% pure oxygen. So the candle burns vigorously. Here the candle burns low. Here the candle will not burn vigorously. So, but we can say that this thing is that here the candle burns vigorously, but we can say that, but after some time this candle may put off, or we can say that will, because when the oxygen concentration here decreases and after some time this oxygen concentration very much decreases, that candle may be put off. But when the concentration of this oxygen under the gas jar is very high, this rate of reaction increases. So we can say that if the concentration of reactant is high, rate of reaction increases. If the concentration of reactant is low, the rate of reaction decreases. A candle burns normally rapidly when kept in jar of pure oxygen, but it normally burns in atmosphere because the concentration of oxygen is low. Next factor is, so concentration of reactant. If the concentration of reactant is high, rate of reaction increases. If the concentration of reactant is low, rate of reaction decreases. Third factor, temperature. Third factor, temperature. Substance generally react faster when heated. Suppose you are taking a glass, like one example, we are taking a glass or beaker, we are taking 200 ml of water. To it you will add 1 spoon of sugar. When you add 1 spoon of sugar to this 200 ml of water, that will dissolve. But when you heat this, the rate of dissolution increases. So substance generally react faster. When heated. So because here we are in this beaker we are taking 200 ml of water, but when we are adding sugar, that will also dissolve. But when you heat this solution, this rate of dissolution increases, that will dissolve more fastly. So substance generally react faster when heated. But actually, for every 10 degree rise in temperature, the rate of reaction becomes doubles or triples. If you increase the temperature, rate of reaction increases. That is, for every 10 degree rise in temperature, the rate of reaction For every 10 degree rise in temperature, the rate of reaction increases. Increases twice or thrice. So for every 10 degree rise in temperature, the rate of reaction increases twice or thrice. So temperature, first factor is what? Nature of reactant. Second is what? Concentration of reactant. Third is temperature. Fourth factor, surface area. Surface area. Surface area. Powdered sugar dissolves more easily than crystalline sugar. Powdered sugar dissolves more easily than crystalline sugar in water, because in powdered sugar greater surface area comes in contact with water. Because in powdered sugar greater surface area comes in contact with water. Take it this example. Suppose we are taking a beaker. Same example. Here 200 ml. 200 ml water. Another beaker. Same beaker. Here also 200 ml of water. This is first beaker. This is first beaker. This is second beaker. Suppose what we are doing, in this beaker we are adding 1 spoon in this beaker we are putting 1 spoon sugar, crystalline sugar, but in this beaker we will take in this spoon 1 spoon of sugar, but we will make it powder form. We will make it powder form. So which will dissolve more easily? This powder sugar will dissolve more easily than the crystalline sugar. What is the reason behind it? Because in powder sugar, greater surface area comes in contact with water. Here, lesser surface area comes in contact with water. This will also dissolve. This will also dissolve. But powder sugar dissolves more easily than crystalline sugar in water, because greater surface area comes in contact with water. Because rate of reaction depends upon the surface area. Rate of reaction, as we know that rate of reaction depends. So we can conclude that rate of reaction depends upon surface area. Because powder sugar dissolves more easily than crystalline sugar, because greater surface area comes in contact with water in case of powder sugar. So rate of reaction depends upon surface area. Next factor, fifth factor is catalyst. Catalyst. So what is catalyst? A catalyst is a substance which increases or decreases the rate of reaction without itself being consumed in the overall reaction. So what is a catalyst? Suppose you are cooking, suppose when you are cooking mutton, you will add some piece of paper that will boil the mutton with a little time. Suppose you have to boil mutton, it takes 1 hour, but if you add paper, that you will cut it. Catalyst. So a catalyst is a substance which increases or decreases the rate of reactions without itself being consumed in the overall reaction. A catalyst is a substance which increases or decreases the rate of reaction without itself being consumed in the overall reaction. So what is a catalyst? Catalyst is a substance which increases or decreases the rate of reaction without itself being consumed in the overall reaction. In reaction, catalyst will not consume, but it increases the rate of reaction or decreases the rate of reaction. It is not consumed in the overall reaction, but it increases the rate of reaction or decreases the rate of reaction. So there are two types of catalyst. One is positive catalyst, another one is negative catalyst. There is two types of catalyst. Here we will consider two types of catalyst. One is positive catalyst, one is positive catalyst. Positive catalyst, example 2KClO3 MnO2 2KCl plus 2KCl plus 3O2. Here MnO2 will act as the positive catalyst. So what is positive catalyst? A catalyst which increases the rate of reaction is called positive catalyst. A catalyst which decreases the rate of reaction is called negative catalyst. A catalyst which increases the rate of reaction, positive catalyst, increases the rate of reaction. Negative catalyst decreases the negative catalyst which decreases the rate of reaction. So what is positive catalyst? A catalyst which increases the rate of reaction is called positive catalyst. A catalyst which decreases the rate of reaction is called negative catalyst. So negative catalyst example, H2O2 in presence of H3PO4 or glycerin, H3PO4 phosphoric acid or glycerin, that gives H2O plus half O2. H2O plus half O2. Hydrogen peroxide decomposed in presence of phosphoric acid or glycerin, that gives water plus half H2O. That gives water and half H2O. Clear? So that is negative catalyst. So what is positive catalyst? A catalyst which increases the rate of reaction is called positive catalyst. A catalyst which decreases the rate of reaction is called negative catalyst. Positive catalyst 2KClO3 in presence of MnO2, 2KCl plus 3O2. Negative catalyst which decreases the rate of reaction, that is H2O2 in presence of H3PO4 phosphoric acid or glycerin, that gives water and O2. That is negative catalyst. Then last factor, that is light or radiation. Last factor is light or radiation. How many factors? I think that is B. 6. BI, light or radiation. Light or radiation. Light or radiation. The rate of chemical reaction are generally influenced by chemical reaction generally influenced by light or radiation. Suppose we are CH4 plus Cl2 in presence of light, that gives CH3Cl plus HCl. This reaction, same reaction, does not take place in dark. No reaction. Look at this reaction takes place in presence of light. This reaction takes place in presence of light, but this reaction does not take place. This reaction does not take place in dark condition. In dark condition, this reaction does not take place, but in presence of light, this reaction takes place. I am giving another example. H2 plus Cl2 gas in presence of sunlight 2HCl H2, in the absence of light this reaction occurs. This reaction fast, we can say that fast but very slow or no reaction, very slow reaction or very slow reaction, very slow or no, this is occurs fastly. So this reaction takes place in the presence of light but no light, so light or radiation has an effect on the rate of reaction. So what are the factors affecting the rate of reaction? First factor is nature of reactant, second is concentration of the reactant, third is temperature, fourth is surface area, fifth is catalyst, sixth is light or radiation. So he will put the question, what are the factors affecting the rate of reaction? If this is one more question, you will write the factor, nature of the reactant, concentration of the reactant, light, temperature, catalyst, surface area, catalyst, and light or radiation. Whenever you explain this, all the points, that is starting from concentration of reactants, nature of reactant, concentration of reactants, temperature, then surface area, then catalyst, then light or radiation. At that time, this is a 3-bar question. Otherwise, if you only write the factors, that is 1-bar question. Here, next is rate constant. Next is rate law or rate constant. Next is rate law, rate law, rate law or rate constant. Rate law or rate constant. We will first consider the law of mass action. According to the law of mass action, as you know already, first year you have read the what is law of mass action. Law of mass action. This statement already we have discussed. Goldwasser, this is defined by Goldwasser and Waje. Already we have discussed in first year. So what is the statement? Law of mass action. It states that the rate of a reaction, rate of a chemical reaction is directly proportional to the product of molar concentration of the reactant and each coefficient raised to the power in the balanced stoichiometric chemical equation. So rate of a reaction, rate of a chemical reaction is directly proportional to the product of molar concentration of the reactant. Molar concentration of the reactant each raised to the power equal to the number of moles. So equal to the number of moles that takes place in the balanced chemical equation. So we will consider a general reaction. Consider a general reaction, that is A plus B gives rise to product. Then according to law of mass action, rate of reaction directly proportional to the product of molar concentration of the reactant. Look at here, if we will take here 2, here 1, then this will be 2, 1. But if here 3, 2, then this will be 3, 2, like that. But since there is no coefficient, so rate of reaction directly proportional to the, directly proportional to the product of molar concentration of the reactant. Rate of reaction directly proportional to the product of molar concentration of the reactant A and B. So what is the square bracket A? Molar concentration of A, molar concentration of the square bracket A, that represents molar concentration of A, molar concentration of B. Molar concentration of A, molar concentration of B. Then rate of reaction direct proportional to the rate of reaction direct proportional to the product of molar concentration of A and B, or we can write rate of reaction equal to K A and B. Rate of reaction equal to K into A and B. What is K? K is the rate constant. Where K is the rate constant. K is the. So we are discussing what is rate constant. We are discussing heading. You will give rate constant. In notes also provided, their heading is given what? Rate constant. So, but we are considering according to law of mass action, we first rate constant heading, then we will write according to law of mass action. We know that rate of a reaction is directly proportional to the product of molar concentration of the reactant. Each coefficient raised to the power. Each coefficient raised to the power in the that is the number of moles that take part in the stoichiometric or balanced chemical equation. Next, consider a rate of reaction. Consider a reaction that is A plus B gives rise to. Consider a reaction A plus B gives rise to product. Then rate of reaction. Rate of reaction directly proportional to A and B. So rate of reaction equal to K and B. This K is called what? Rate constant. K is called rate constant or velocity. K is called rate constant or velocity constant or proportionality constant. Or specific reaction. So K, this term is called rate constant or velocity constant or proportionality constant or specific reaction rate. Clear? So if next we will consider, suppose if A equal to 1, B equal to 1. If A equal to 1 mole per liter, B equal to 1 mole per liter, then rate of reaction equal to rate constant K. Because if A equal to 1, B equal to 1, then rate of reaction equal to kate? How much? This is K. So from this we can define the rate constant. So rate constant of a reaction. So K is rate constant. So rate constant of a reaction is defined as the rate of reaction when the molar concentration of reactant A and B, when the molar concentration of reactants are unity. So another rate of reaction equal to K. K is what? Rate constant. So rate constant of a reaction. So rate constant of a reaction is defined as the rate of reaction when the molar concentration of reactants are unity. Molar concentration of reactants kuda. Molar concentration of reactants A and B. So rate constant of a reaction is defined as the rate of reaction when the molar concentration of reactants are unity. Molar concentration of reactant kuda. What is A and B? A and B are what? 1 mole and 1 mole per liter, 1 mole per liter. So rate constant of a reaction is defined as the rate of reaction when the molar concentration of reactants are unity. Then what is the characteristics of rate constant? What is the characteristics of characteristics of red constant. So we will suppose reactants we are taking A plus B gives rise to products. P plus Q gives rise to products. C plus D gives rise to products. R plus S gives rise to products. So what we observe? Different reactions have different values of rate constant. So here the rate constant for this reaction, another rate constant for this reaction, another rate constant for this reaction, another rate constant for this reaction. So different reactions have different values of rate constant. Different reactions have different values of rate constant. So different reactions have different values of rate constant. First characteristics. What is the first characteristics of rate constant? Different reactions have different values of rate constant. Different reactions have different values of rate constants. Second, higher the value of rate constant, faster the rate of reaction. Higher the value of rate constant, faster the rate of reaction. Higher the value of rate constant, faster the rate of reaction. Higher the value of rate constant, faster the rate of reaction. First point, different reactions have different values of rate constant. Look at, suppose this is a hypothetical, this is one reaction, this is another reaction, this is another reaction, this is another reaction. So for first reaction, suppose rate constant one value K1, this is K2, this is K3, this is K4. So different reactions have different values of rate constant. Different reactions have different values of rate constant. Higher the value of rate constant, faster the rate of reaction. Suppose K4 is greater than K3, greater than K2, greater than K1. So this reaction is faster than this reaction is faster than this reaction is faster than this reaction. Higher the value of rate constant, faster the rate of reaction is. Next, third point, rate constant depends upon catalyst and temperature. Rate constant depends upon catalyst and temperature. Rate constant always, so catalyst increases the value of rate constant, temperature, if we increase the temperature, then rate of reaction increases. If the rate of reaction increases, rate constant value increases. If catalyst increases the rate of reaction, then rate of reaction increases means rate constant value increases. Clear? So rate constant depends upon catalyst and temperature, and rate constant is independent of the initial concentration of the reactant. Rate constant is independent of the initial concentration of the reactant. Clear? So rate constant is independent of the initial concentration of the reactant. So these are the different characteristics of rate constant. Different reactions have different values of rate constant. Higher the value of rate constant, faster the rate of reaction. Rate constant depends upon catalyst and temperature. Rate constant is independent of the initial concentration of the reactant. Very important point. Rate constant does not depend upon the initial concentration of the reactant. Rate constant depends upon catalyst temperature. Higher the value of rate constant, faster the rate of reaction. Different reactions have different values of rate constant. नेक्स्ट ହେଇଗଲା କି टाइम କେତେ टाइम ହେଲା ଆମର 2 घंटा ହେଇଗଲାନି नेक्स्ट रेट लॉ रेट एक्सप्रेशन रेट लॉ और रेट लॉ और रेट expression. So what is rate law or rate expression? An experimentally determined mathematical expression relating to the molar concentration of the reactant to the actual rate is called rate law or rate expression. This is a very important definition. An experimentally determined mathematical expression relating to the molar concentration of the reactant to the actual rate is called rate law or rate expression. Let us consider a reaction A B gives rise to product. Look at capital A and capital B are the reactants, small a and small b are the coefficient, that is number of moles. So what are the definitions? An experimentally determined mathematical expression relating to the molar concentration of the reactants to the actual rate is called rate law, rate constant. Suppose for this reaction rate law equal to K A B. This is suppose this is M and N. This is M and N. So what is M and N? M and N are the how much actual number of moles of the capital A and capital B that take part in the reaction to give the product. That is how much actual number of moles that take part in the reactant or how much actual number of moles of that has been consumed to give the product. That is called M and N. So what is M and N? M and N are the number of moles of the reactant. M and N are the number of moles of the reactant capital A and capital B. That is the actual number of moles. We can say that what is small a and small b? Small a and small b are also number of moles. But we can suppose take it to the example. Suppose 3a plus 4b gives rise to products. So rate law for this reaction A1 B2. So look at here 3 moles of A, 4 moles of B reactant to give the product. But how much actual number of moles that take part in this reaction? That is 1 mole of A, 2 moles of B. And sometimes this may be 3, this may be 4. But that is not always correct. That is not always true. This M and N may be equal to the coefficient small a and small b. M and N may be equal to the small a, small b or may not be. It may be less than or equal to, but not be greater than. Not be greater than. This is very important. So what is M and N? M and N are the number of moles of the reactants. M and N are the number of moles of the reactants, capital A. M and N are the number of moles of the reactants capital A and capital B. Capital B, those actually take part in the rate determining step. Those actually take part in the rate determining step, that is M less than equal to A, N less than equal to B. This M and N may be equal to the small a and small b or less than. That is not greater than. M and N cannot be greater than N. This is not possible. This is not possible. Because that reactant side that will be consumed to give the product. So M and N are the number of moles of the reactants, capital B, those actually take part in the determining step. So M and N, M less than equal to A, N less than equal to B. Thank you.